Time is the one resource we all share, yet it shapes our relationships in ways we often overlook. Whether it's a friendship, family bond, or romantic connection, time plays a critical role in how we grow closer or drift apart. From fleeting moments to lifelong commitments, time affects how we prioritize, nurture, and experience relationships. It can be a catalyst for deeper bonds or a challenge to overcome. So, how does time influence relationships between people in general? To answer this question, we'll explore two key aspects: how time changes emotional connections and how the way we spend time impacts relationships, supported by research and real world examples. Emotional bonds evolve as time passes, and this transformation can strengthen or weaken relationships. In new relationships, whether friendships or romantic partnerships, time feels accelerated. Moments are filled with excitement, novelty, and discovery. Psychologists call this the honeymoon phase, where dopamine and oxytocin, so the bonding hormone, flood the brain, making interactions feel more intense. For example, spending hours talking to a new friend can feel like minutes because of this emotional high. Over time, as routines develop, emotional intensity may fade, but it's often replaced by deeper trust and stability. However, fluctuations in relationship quality, such as periods of conflict or disconnection, can lead to stress and reduced life satisfaction. A 2018 study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that greater variability in relationship quality over time is linked to psychological distress and lower confidence in the relationship. Emotional evolution is not inherently negative, it depends on how individuals adapt to changes. Dr. John Gottman, a leading relationship expert, found that couples who practice active listening and emotional attunement, meaning they respond to each other's needs rather than ignoring them, are more likely to maintain strong bonds despite challenges. A Harvard study on adult development, one of the longest running studies on happiness, found that strong relationships are the number one predictor of long-term happiness and health. However, relationships that stagnate, where people stop growing together, often decline in satisfaction over time. The quality of time spent together has greater impact on relationships than the quantity of time shared. Spending intentional, meaningful time with others strengthens bonds. For example, a study by the University of Kansas found that friendships thrive when people engage in deep, meaningful conversations rather than small talk. Shared activities like cooking with family or traveling with friends create strong memory anchors, moments that reinforce emotional connections. Couples or friends who spend time physically together but mentally distracted report feeling more lonely than those who are fully present. Relationships suffer when time together feels forced rather than chosen. Managing time between different roles requires intentional effort. A Just Mind counseling report found that people who often prioritize work without dedicating time to loved ones experience higher rates of burnout and relational strain. Conversely, those who schedule regular relationship check-ins maintain stronger ties. Now, let's see what the expert thinks.
Question 1. Does spending intentional time guarantee stronger relationships? Not always. It depends on how you use that time. For example, a weekly coffee date with a friend where you actively listen and share goals builds trust. But passive hangouts, like watching TV without talking, do little to deepen bonds. Research from the Journal of Marriage and Family shows that intentionality is key. Relationships thrive when time is spent in meaningful interaction. Question 2. Can relationships survive long periods of little contact? Yes, if there's a strong foundation. A Cornell University study on long-distance friendships found that even with months between meetings, relationships thrive when both parties prioritize quality over quantity. Shared values and mutual effort keep the connection alive, proving that time apart doesn't have to mean drifting apart.
Time is both a gift and a challenge in relationships. It reveals priorities and tests resilience. Emotional connections evolve over years, requiring adaptation and effort from all parties involved. At the same time, how we choose to spend our moments together defines the strength of our bonds. By prioritizing intentional engagement, like deep conversations and shared experiences, and balancing roles effectively, ensuring no relationship is neglected, we can transform fleeting moments into lasting memories that nurture our relationships for years to come.